All right, so first, before we look at the homework you guys did over the long weekend, I want to look at our goals for today. These are goals that I know you've been working on for a long time with Mrs. Newmeister. The first goal we have for today is to cite several pieces of textual evidence to support analysis of what the text says explicitly. Then we want to write arguments to support our claim with clear reasons and relevant evidence. And then our claim and target is to use the evidence to support analysis and arguments. That's our end goal for today. Something I know you have already learned as a class is what good evidence is. Can I have anyone just volunteer to read our poster for us?
Good evidence is relevant, it relates to the topic, and it's specific, it gives clear examples, and it's not an opinion.
Exactly. So relevant, specific, not an opinion. So when you were reading the article, what was it about? What was the overall topic? Fears and phobias. Matching the title right there. Okay, it's not a secret, fears and phobias. And was it all about how fears were bad? No. Was it all about how fears are good? No. Did it have both? Yes. It did. So when you were annotating, did you guys notice that some paragraphs or details supported fear being good and other details supported it being something that may not be good? All right. Our focus today is going to be for you guys to find really good evidence in our text about why fear is bad. But before you do it yourself, I'm going to help you get started by looking at why fear is good. And the first thing I want to do is I want to make a claim about why fear is good. Maybe I just say fear is a good thing. Can anyone think of a stronger claim? Thinking back to your article or what you read.
Fear helps protect us.
Fear helps protect us. And I need to find evidence that supports my claim. So I want to use my quotations. And my first piece of evidence is this. Fear can be like a warning. All right, what's the first thing we need to know if it's quality analysis?
Shows you understand what the text says.
Okay, it demonstrates that you understand what the text says. Again, we're not summarizing it, but we're making sure you understand it. A thorough paragraph should have enough sentences that you really explain all of your ideas. So if you pick a quote and you realize you only have one thing to say about it, was that the best quote to pick? No. So if you realize you're stuck and you have nothing to say, it's probably a good indicator that maybe I need a different quote. If I have nothing to say about it, then that's not a good one for me. Now that I have my quote, I'm going to refer to, can everyone be looking right here at this side? I'm going to see if some of these sentence frames will help me explain my thinking. And again, these are options. You can modify them to make them your own, or use some sentence frames that you've used for other writing. I like the one that starts out with paragraph. It tells me where it is in the article, and when I look at my article, did I like just one sentence, or was I very excited about the whole paragraph?
The whole paragraph.
I was very excited. I drew a star and a bracket to show that, to me, just my opinion, this whole paragraph was super important. So I like the sentence frame that lets the reader know where to read a whole paragraph, even though I only used one sentence, because to me that whole paragraph was important. And on the back we have a 4-point rubric. This is the rubric that I'm going to be using when I read all of your papers, and I want to make sure that we're familiar with it. I gave it to you so it could help you in your writing. So you can continue to go back and kind of check off, ooh, I did that now. Or circle things that you haven't done yet to remind you that I want to go back and add that. So you are going to come up with a claim for the good or the bad? Bad. You're going to come up with a claim, and I want you to look for 2 pieces of evidence and then really work on some good analysis of that evidence that you found. I'm going to be walking around to help you and work with your groups to make sure you're on the right track. And make sure you refer back to that rubric when you think you're done to make sure you've really given a deeper, thorough level of analysis to the quote that supported the claim you came up with. All right, how's our claim going?
We're thinking about how fear can make you do bad things.
Fear can make you do bad things.
But we don't know how to word it.
You're struggling with the wording. So what evidence did you want to use to support that? Maybe we can get some ideas from the evidence.
The brain reacts instantly. So that means they didn't think through what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Kind of like a reflex. When we sense danger, the brain. You guys write that down?
We have to explain how when people are scared, they don't really think about what they do because they're so quick to react.
Okay. What about the fight or flight? It's kind of like when a person either fights off the danger or runs fast away. So like, either their mind tells them, okay, let's fight this, or their mind's all like, okay, we have to get out of here as fast as we can.
So it just
So I
depends
think
on the
the
person.
negative thing about that was the fight.
Yeah.
So like if you can do something bad back, that you would regret it later. How should we word this? In paragraph what? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In paragraph 6. So what's our claim gonna be?
Our claim?
It could be fear is bad because it keeps you from doing things that you might like.
It's kind of long for a claim.
Fear could hold back. Hold people back. But we have to find evidence to support that.
Pretty sure that couldn't be that hard.
You're with your friends and you go to an amusement park, and then you have a fear of roller coasters, and all your friends are like, "Let's go." So we could write that down.
But that would be good for the evidence.
Oh,
We need a claim, yeah.
I got the evidence. Somebody needs to get the claim.
Yeah. Jasper, do you have anything?
Can anyone read the directions at the top? What you should look like? Yeah.
Write a paragraph in which you argue that fear is a bad thing. Use at least 2 pieces of evidence from the text. Make sure to analyze and explain your evidence.
Okay, make sure to analyze and explain your evidence. Yes, Bud?
Can we use the argument that fear is good?
No. So for this particular one paragraph, and that's a good question because maybe you like that claim better. For this claim, I only want paragraphs about why it's bad, but you might be able to use this later to turn it into something good or use that counterclaim. So don't forget about why you think it's good, but for this particular paragraph, only the claim that fear is a bad thing. You're using the claim you already came up with, so this isn't new work. You're just putting it all together. So we're going to give you time to write.